The 88 temples of Shikoku are sometimes referred to as the Camino of the East. The 1,100-kilometer path circles the 4 prefectures on Shikoku Island, symbolized by 4 stages in a spiritual life.
Konnichiwa. My name is François. At the beginning of 2024, I took advantage of a trip to New Zealand to stop in Japan and walk along the Shikoku pilgrim.
Where'd it go?
During the first week, I worked with an American couple, Judy and Chuck, and a Japanese man, Yosu. After the long climb to Temple 12, Judy forfeits and gives up with Chuck. At Temple 22, Yosu also abandons me. I continue alone. I scan the horizon to detect if a giant wave is heading towards the coast. I am overcome by tsunami psychosis. Signs regularly inform me of this danger. They sometimes indicate the height of the place and the direction to take shelter, either on a natural height or on a building constructed for this purpose. Walls are built by the sea and deprive the house behind of the sea view.
Kobodaishi was born in 774 on the island of Shikoku. He is the founding saint of Shingon Buddhist school. His universal spirit strongly influenced Japanese culture and civilization. This circular pilgrimage is dedicated to him.
It's a cute room. What's in here? Look! A little Buddha. It says, touch the sky.
The third week, I meet Joanne, a pilgrim who comes from Sydney. As she walks at the same speed as me, I see her from temple to temple. Finally, we walk together until the end. Bye-bye, Joanne.
Bye-bye, François.
Bye. On this enchanting path, beaten by rain and wind, the pilgrim does not miss an opportunity to laugh and especially to make fun of himself.
Uh-oh. Okay, that should do.
Rocky.
Okay. Hi. Arigato.
The Osettai. This hospitality of the inhabitants on Shikoku Island is expressed in the form of gifts or offerings to pilgrims during their passage. It could be food, drink, money, a ride in a car, or a night's accommodation.
Along the way, specific accommodation welcomes pilgrims. The Japanese start the evening with a hot bath. The bath begins with a shower seated on a small stool to wash well with a basin and hot water. Well washed and rinsed, you can enter the hot water bath to relax, possibly with several people.
To visit a temple, stand to the left of the main gate, put your hands together and bow once. At the wash basin, wash your hands and mouth. Ring the bell once to mark one's arrival. At the main hall, light a candle and 3 incense sticks. Ring the bell once. Place your name slip and copied sutra in the appropriate box. Place a donation in the offertory box. Stand to the
诸法
left,
空相，
put your hands
生
together
不灭，
and
不
recite
垢
the
不净，
sutras.
不增不减。是故空
At the
中有色，
Daishi Hall,
无色相
repeat the
现
same
时，
way.
无眼耳鼻。
At the temple office, have your pilgrimage book stamped and signed. Exit through the main gate on the left side, turn around and bow once.
The best season for the Shikoku pilgrimage extends from March to May, then from October to November. From December to February, the temperature can drop to 0 degree and a sudden colds cover mountains with snow and freeze roads to make them impassable. Leaving mid-February to mid-March allows you to avoid the crowds of hike season, and the risk of severe cold is limited due to climate change.
Bonjour. Australia.
The complete pilgrimage outfit includes a sedge hat, a white vest, a rosary, a bell, a bag, name slips, and a pilgrimage book. White clothing represents purity and innocence. However, in the past, it also had the meaning of a death shroud, symbolizing that the pilgrim was prepared to die at any moment. By wearing at least a white jacket and a staff, people can recognize pilgrims to welcome them, assist them, and chat with them.
Eating Japanese way means first trying to master chopsticks. The order of the dishes doesn't matter, and you shouldn't be surprised if the soup comes at the end. Foods are to be dipped in sauces. Sushi are pieces of raw fish. The dishes are to be consumed by switching from one to the other according to your desire. In the evening, when the tourists have left, the tranquility and the last ray of sunlight give the temple a serene atmosphere conducive to meditation. I am no longer a passerby, I am part of the place. I rediscover all buildings from new angles. The calm disturbed only by song of birds increase the spiritual dimension of the sacred place. Japanese cuisine and hot evening bath are disconcerting examples for the European who discovers the country for the first time. As for injuries, I passed out in a hot bath. Picnicking on a bench in front of the ocean, I was scratched by a rapace. In a cave, I hit my leg against a pillar. And on a descent, I slip and find myself lying on a rock. Shikoku is a demanding path that requires openness to a culture very different from ours. The discovery is rich in lessons on the value of life with new insights.
Many Japanese people have an all-welcome attitude towards religion. They may practice several religions over the course of their lives, often a mixture of Shinto and Buddhism, and a touch of Christian. The same person can pray at a Shinto shrine to ask for blessing, then have a Western-style wedding in a church, and request a funeral in the Buddhist temple. Buddhism is a religion that offers a spiritual path to transcend the sufferings of existence. Samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth to which all beings are subject, results from the consequences of karma, the sum of good and bad actions that accumulate over many lifetimes. One can only break free from this endless cycle by achieving enlightenment, the goal toward which Buddhists strive. A Buddha, meaning the enlightened one, is an omniscient being who has achieved that perfect state of transcendent knowledge, in which the fires of greed, hatred, and illusion are extinguished. Once passed into nirvana, the Buddha is never again subject to rebirth.
Arriving at Temple 66, I have to return to France. I let Joanne go to Temple 88 and finish the report of this Shikoku pilgrimage. The comparison between Japanese and French civilizations is an interesting exercise. These two countries have a comparable level of development. Each have a long history and a sophisticated culture. Very distant from each other, they have had little mutual influence in the past. Many differences exist. Hygiene, food, the way of behaving with others, writing, religious beliefs, etc. Studying this difference allows you to step back from your own beliefs. Would one be right and not the other? Would there be different truths? But then, can we still believe in anything? These differences are actually a great asset. In my opinion, the only possible path is tolerance in order to accept that others also hold other truths.
Altreia, Altreia, Esuseia, Deus a Giovannos.